Three, two, one. What's up, George? What's going on in the house of Craze tonight?
In the house of Grace tonight, we have Miss Lori Cunningham, L.A. Cunningham. She's going to be on the show today. She's going to be talking about the complete points of villainy. It's a Kickstarter that they have coming out in the spring, and we're also going to be talking about what happens when people come up to your table and they want to touch things.
Yo,
We're going to talk about that.
back up. Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam, the Crazy Man, Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. It is Tuesday, March 19th, and we already have some people in the chat. What's up, Lou? What's up, Hades? How y'all doing? We're coming live today. It is Tuesday, 8 p.m. here in the East Coast, and we are going to be talking to L.A. Cunningham from ASAP Imagination, and we're going to be talking to her about their new book that's coming out, The Complete Points of Villainy. And it's not a new book. This is a book that they put together, and they're actually doing a Kickstarter for that's coming out later on this Jesus, later on this spring. So we're going to be talking to them, and then we're also going to be doing, the topic of the day, which is, touching things at the table. How do you deal with that? You know what I mean? How do you deal with that? End of Zed, what's up? The time scales. Yeah, she does rock. All right, man. This is cool. From San Francisco. Awesome. All right. All right. And then we have some bloody with a long ass whatever. Anyway, what's going on, Sammy? How you doing, buddy?
What up, Chuck? What up?
What up, Chuck?
How am I doing? I'm doing good. I just came back from LitCon and it was lit. No, LitCon was really fun. It was the first time I was there. It was hosted by the city of Greenville, Texas, and the library. And I forget the name of the library, but they ran it. They were, these small shows. What I love about it is the care for their guests, right? I mean, they bought us lunch. They've had water bottles. They had staff come around, take out trash from us. The promoter would go around and say, "Hey, you need to check out that book. I got two, whatever." It was really cool. It was really good up until the gods started fighting, and the skies opened up, and it sounded like World War VII. It was just like it got dark outside. It was torrential downpour, and then it was like mass exodus. So it was packed. It was standing room only, and then the skies opened up, and then everybody just dipped. So, but it was a fun event. I'll definitely do it again next year. The community was very receptive, and the people there were amazing. And I got to talk to the promoter from Denton Comic Con. I'll be doing that in September, my third appearance there, and I'm actually going to be working with them on something I'll announce later down the road. And so it was really good. And now I'm just getting ready for the tour, bro. The tour starts, and I've already kicked off the tour this year. We've done 2 so far. You were with me at one in Oklahoma. We were at Texoma. That's right. And so the year started off two conventions in the bank, and now getting ready for Central Texas Comic Con, which is in Waco. That's in April. The last week in April. Then right after that in May, going to Houston to Comic Palooza. First appearance there. I'll be hanging out with Lori's artist, Marco. He's going to be there, and so is Dan Price, Bigfoot Knows Karate. He'll be there. Then after that, Superhero Comic Con. I have, I think the Latino Comic Con. I'm waiting to hear from them. That might be in August or July. Also waiting for another event that I'm just waiting for confirmation. Then it's College Station Comic Con in September. And then it's Denton Comic Art Exposition in September as well. That's a big month. September's double feature. So a lot's going on with the tour dates. And I just want to remind everybody, one thing I'm not really good at, but Duty is also a comic strip. So there's Nailing on My Toilet is a comic book that I self-produce under my
group. You put it in an image.
I gotta do it. I gotta remind myself, bro. I was like, alert. That's
hilarious.
Right? So yes, the Nailing on My Toilet is in a newspaper comic strip. It's dedicated to comic strips by a bunch of fantastic, reputable artists and writers alike that contribute to this amazing piece of historical literature. And you can get yourself a copy by going to thekidcomic.com and order it and have it delivered to your house 7 times a year. Or you can go to your local comic store and ask them to order it through a Kid in the Comic. So Duty's also a comic strip and a comic book. So that's pretty dope as well. Paulie G made. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. May 4th, I will be at Geek Out with Paulie G. We're gonna be we're there for free comic book day, doing a book signing and connecting with the people out there as well. So I forgot about that. Thanks, Paul. Good looking out.
Gotta get an image for that one. It's for next week.
Yes, I gotta get an image for that one. Yes, I'm working at College Station Con. Oh, nice. Oh, I'll see you there. Time scales. And Relis, hey, what's up? Yeah, that's what's going on. And then I gotta reach out to a bunch of people that actually booked spots on the show because I'll be traveling for work. So I have to reschedule some people. So check your emails if you're watching. If you booked the next few weeks, I have to reschedule because I have to travel for work and I won't be here. So and I'll announce those dates on the next show. But May the 4th, my birthday. Oh
wow, Lou, that's right. That's right. My birthday's May 3rd. Your birthday's May 4th. Tauruses. I love it. I love
birthday to you.
Okay, enough of that. Yo, Paul says he feels like you don't love him, bro.
Huh?
Paul's saying he feels like you don't love him. But yeah, no, that's cool, brother. That's cool.
I got nothing but love for you, Paulie.
Hey, you know what I forgot to mention, everybody? So if you're in the chat, hit the like button. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the comments and all the love. The show, the channel is growing, and we appreciate that very much.
We got 5 new subscribers this past week.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing stuff. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to our guest who's coming on because she's been very instrumental on promoting it on her social media feed, saying give some love to these podcasts. So shout out to her as well.
So Timescale says he's seen the Chainsmokers perform live there. That's awesome.
Wow,
sounds like it's a pretty big spot. Sounds like it's a pretty big place.
My friend used to be a chain smoker, but
wow. Damn. Sam with the dad jokes. He's not even a dad. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Wow. My friend was a chain smoker. Jesus. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
You're just mad because you didn't think of it first.
No, I'm happy. I'm so glad. I am so glad I didn't think of that first. As a matter of fact, like if I even thought about it first, I probably wouldn't have said it out loud. I probably would have been like, I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one for myself.
I had to say it, to say it, to say it. I had to say it. It's probably me.
Wow. Okay. Moving right along, everyone.
Moving right along. That's from the Muppets.
Okay. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Anyway, so Sammy's gonna be on a tour. So your last one is gonna be what in the fall sometime?
I might be. I might have one in November, December-ish.
Okay.
But I think so far 12 conventions and 1 LCS for this year. So it's a really stacked agenda, and I'm excited because that's where I have the most fun.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Like I'm booking one every month, but not like you to do it to actually be a vendor at it, but just to to be in that environment, just to keep motivated, keep excited, because this thing will beat you up, bro. It'll beat you up. It's very exhausting.
The packing, the traveling. I got a whole new booth set up
Well, not just that, not just that. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
doing this, like, just being in, creating comics.
Yeah.
It'll really be. And so, if you're not surrounded by people who are also doing it, sometimes, it can get a little, a little daunting. So, yeah, so it's definitely a good thing to do that stuff. And again, if you guys are going to be at some of these places, stop by and say hello.
Yeah. Say
Word.
hello to my little friend.
Absolutely. Now, on my end, so I have a few
Hey, you
coming
got a
up
lot of stuff
myself.
coming up, bro.
Yeah. So this weekend, big shout out to Jonathan Syfax. He's going to be coming out with me
Johnny!
to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're going to be going to ZycaCon. ZycaCon. Honestly, dude, I have no idea what to expect. I'm hoping it's like a ZoloCon. You know what I mean? Where like you've never actually heard of it, but it's kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what ZycaCon is. I don't know if anybody out there has been to this ZycaCon. It's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is from the 22nd to the 24th. So we're gonna explore it. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna see it. ZycaCon, ZAIKO, KA, ZycaCon, CON. So we're gonna be doing that this weekend, and then in April, next month, at the end of the month, I will be at C2E2. Sounds like an 80s cartoon vehicle. Word. Beware of ZycaCon. I'm gonna be at the at C2E2 in Chi-Town. So I'll be in Chicago at the end of the month. In May, I'm not sure. There's a convention here in Long Island, here in New York, called CradleCon, which I may go and check out. And June, Brooklyn Con is in June in Brooklyn. Big shout out to Brooklyn.
House.
That's right. And then in July, I'm going to be going out to Plastic City Comic Con, where Keith Gleason is the showrunner for that show. So I'm going to be vending. I'm going to be vending at that one. So that I'll have a table at.
Where's that located?
And then that one is a good question. I will come up with an image next week. It's easier that way. And then so that's July. August, I will be at Wicked Comic Con. That's in Boston, Massachusetts.
Come get Wicked.
So I'll be August 20th. I'll be out there for the weekend. I wanted to do, dude. I like going to Terrificon, right? But that one is the weekend right after Wicked. So I don't know if I'll be able to swing both. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Because Terrificon is a good show. It's a fun show. So I don't know.
I got 2 conventions in September that are back to back.
Back to back, right? Like that's tough, bro. And in September, I'm gonna be doing Baltimore Comic Con. So Baltimore Comic Con is in September, and then No Sleep Till Brooklyn. and then in October, it'll be the New York Comic Con. So I'll be at the New York Comic Con with my buddy Johnny C. That's right. So I'll be out there for New York Comic Con, and then that's as far as the appearances go. And that's, like I said, every month I'm going to try to do one. But as far as, and I got to give you guys a little update on Russ 5377. A big shout out to ASAP Imagination, Hades, and all the peoples out there who managed to do this. Not only can you pre-order the book now, because it'll be released through them in the spring of 2024. So if you go to anyoneworld.com, or if you go to my website, you can pre-order the book there. But the book, if you're in the UK, if you're on the other side of the pond, if you want to pre-order the book, it is available at 3 of the major bookstores out in the UK: Hatchards, Foyles, and Waterstones. They have the book for pre-order right now. So if you want to check it out, go to those websites, go to those stores, and pre-order the book. Big shout out to Hades. Thank you very much, sir, for doing this. And I'm very excited. I can't wait. Till the book comes out.
And doing it.
That's right. So that's going down. And don't forget, right now, you can also order the second issue of Dead of Night, which is a book that I wrote for ASAP Imagination. And it's out right now. So issues 1 and 2 are out right now. So if you go to asapimagination.com, you can order a copy today. What else? Don't forget, I also have, and you too, Sam, you got to remind people of this too. You have an art channel. I have a YouTube channel. The Art of Samuel is Sammy's YouTube channel. Mine is Get Your Meds. So go to Get Your Meds on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe. I have a show coming out this week. It is with John Escobales. He is down with Keith Murphy and Hector Rodriguez and them boys. So check him out. His interview comes out this week. And it's in the Posh store. Congrats. Getting in Waterstones in the UK is huge. That's like Barnes and Nobles here. Yeah, big time. So they've done a good job getting us in there. So I'm happy, man. I'm happy. It's exciting. It's been an exciting year, 25 years of Russ. And Wonder Duck Part 2 is coming. I am working with a new artist who's getting it done. So I can't wait to you guys see some of that stuff. So
Yeah. And the latest vlog that's on my art channel
yeah,
was from the event at Texoma Comic-Con. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It was fun.
Sam, you're a robot, bro. You're a robot. I swear to God. There's no transition into that. He's focused, robot.
I'm focused.
Time to come out.
I must
Jesus Christ.
And so yes, check out the vlog. It's actually it's over 1,200 views already on the channel for that video alone, and a lot of feedback on there. So really good event. Laurie Calcaterra was there. What is it? Russell Williams was there.
That was a fun show. That was a good show, man.
Yeah. George Dreamer Medina was there. It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. We went out for Mexican out there. Very good Mexican
margaritas.
Food. Yeah, they shut you down with the margaritas.
Yeah, George brought it back to the 80s with a George Michael denim jacket.
No. It was not a denim jacket. It was a shacket. It was a shacket. Okay. It's a shirt jacket. Happened to be denim, but it was a shacket. Okay?
All I know
that's what it was.
Is that we're in the hotel room getting ready, and he put it on, and the only thing I could think of was, I guess it would be nice if I could touch my body.
That's what you thought about?
Yeah. I was like, he just took me back.
Yes. He actually sang that.
Yes.
in the hotel. It was amazing. I started dancing. It was great. Good times. It was a good time. It was a great time. We have fun. We like to have fun.
Yes, it was awesome.
And it was nice because it was the first time I met Laurie Calcaterra. So that was cool. I hadn't met her, and big shout out to her. Path of the Pale Rider is on Kickstarter right now. So if you haven't checked that out, go to Kickstarter and check out Path of the Pale Rider.
Yes.
And give her a little shout out.
I think it's time.
Yo, yeah, let's do it, man. Buc-ee's. How'd you know about Buc-ee's?
Oh man,
look at that.
There you go. You must have watched it. You must have watched it. So yes, I went to Buc-ee's for the LitCon too.
Oh my God.
Buc-ee's is the place to be.
He's upset. Sam almost walked out of there with a job application when he saw what they were getting paid out there.
$250,000 for store manager.
Yo, word.
That's
over. Real. That is real stuff over there.
Let's get your mitts.
It's time for your medicine.
How do you tell them you can't touch this? Touch this.
How do you tell them? No, see now you got Endo said craving beef jerky.
The turkey jerky was delicious.
Way to go. Yeah. So how do you tell them you can't touch it? Now this is because Sam,
because I was at LitCon. Oh my gosh, I was at LitCon.
What?
So I was at LitCon, and
Sam was at LitCon, and he had a situation.
There was a young little lad with his mom. 20 minutes at the table, and she kept asking him, "Do you want something? Do you want something?" He was terrorizing, and then started digging for gold, and then touching the book as he's flipping through it, and I'm like. I was like, what? And so I didn't know how to handle it because that's the first time I've actually experienced it. And he's almost about to fold the poster, and the mom's grabbing it from him, and then he's like, man, it's like the Tasmanian devil. And I was like, I didn't have any mace. I was like, back up,
you don't want to mace children. You don't want to mace children.
So I'm like, and I don't want to say something, and then next somebody else gets involved, and then it's a scene, and then next there's a boycott. That's like, down with Tootie. I didn't want any of that stuff, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to be PC, but I'm in shock because he went in there and he came out and he flipped the book, and I'm like, and the only thing I could think about is like, where's my hand sanitizer? I gotta sterilize this stuff. I was like, no. So how do you handle that?
Oh man, no added textures to the book, please. What up, Nat? Yeah. How do you handle that? So okay. I mean, honestly, that came from that field, bro. That's got to be a first. I don't think that's never in all the times that we've been doing these conventions. That has never actually happened. Yes, please. No macing children.
Not gobblers.
Ted, what up,
What's up,
Ted?
Ted?
Yo, big shout out to Ted Davies, man. I spoke to him yesterday. He's going to be on my show coming up soon, and we had a good time yesterday chatting on the show. Yo, Scales, what's up, ASAP? Anyway, so yeah, so what do you do, right? What do you do? A kid comes up to your table. How do you tell him not to touch it without telling him not to touch it?
You know, it's like,
So,
I put a sign at the
let me ask you a
table,
question.
no boogers.
So let me ask you a question. What did you do? This is what happened. What did you do?
I was counting inside my head saying 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? So, and I kept saying it to myself in my head so I could calm down.
Wow.
Visually, I was like I said, I wish I could like turn myself to his age at that time and just leap over and do a super fly Jimmy Snooker. But I was like, so I contained myself. And I sat there and I waited till they were gone. And then I pulled the book. And luckily, it was my book with prints. And they're all in plastic sleeves. It's, you know, it's one of those binders, art portfolios. So I was able to take it off when they walked away and they were out of sight. And I started sterilizing it. I was like, because I didn't know what page so I had to do every page. I was like,
wait, so which book did he look through? The actual comic?
No, the print book, the portfolio with all the prints.
Okay.
So I have an art portfolio with like 60 prints in it, right? So and just kept flipping and then digging and touching. Beauty, not boogie.
Yeah.
There's no need. There's no need to turn the book into scratches.
Paul's got a solution.
Where is it? I'm trying to find all of it. Where is
he? He's right after Duty Not Boogie. After that one, the next one.
There it is.
He's pushing them sketch cards, baby. That is one golden ticket. You know,
right? So it took me the golden ticket, right? So then it took me at least a half hour to, you know, like get it out of my mind because it stressed me out, right? Because he took up 20 minutes, right? And they're blocking the table, and she's like, "Do you want something? Do you want?" And he just like, blah, whatever. They leave. So I'm like, all right.
So they didn't buy anything.
They didn't buy anything, right? The first time, right? So now an hour goes by here, they come back. But now they come back with another adult and another kid.
Oh,
and I'm like, no. And I'm like this. I'm biting my teeth. I'm like, no. I said, I'm gonna lose my mind. And so the other one was just as bad, but he didn't pick, but he was just manhandling the table. And so then that other adult said, you know what? I'm gonna buy this book, and then gave him the book, and then calmed them both down, and then there's big cheese on the camera, and then they left. But it raised my blood pressure, bro.
Yep. You know what? So for everybody watching, never ever do this at a convention when you're flipping through a book. Never do that. Because you never know whose boogers were on those pages prior to you putting your finger in your mouth.
Oh no, you do that. I'm gonna.
Oh man! All right. So what do we do, right? What do we do in those cases? I mean, when it's a kid, what are you gonna do? Normally, what we do and what I still do is I have like a reader's copy of the book at the table so that not everything gets damaged, right? You don't have like, here, open up this book, you have one book, and everybody just kind of looks through that one book so that you have one book that's damaged. But in your case, bro, like, I mean, what do you do? People have to watch their. Yeah. But seriously, those parents.
That's what I said. See, I don't feel so bad.
You should taser them. It's about 3 pills to get those folks. Oh man.
You know what I mean? So it's like in my mind, like I became a kid again, and I was just like opening up kung fu kicks. But in reality, it's like if I say something and if it comes out wrong and the mother gets offended, and what if it causes a scene? The next it's like I don't need the grief, but I'm like, how do you say anything? You know what I mean? I didn't know. I had never experienced it. This is the first time I was stumped, bro. I was just like, huh? I was like, what's happening here?
I mean,
what's up, Hugo?
Maybe what up, Hugo? Maybe you need some signage, if you need anything.
No boogers allowed.
No boogers on the books, Damn, if you pick it, you bought it, something, you know what I mean? When I was selling prints, I only put out one of each.
I had one, right? So I have the one with all the duties, right? There's like 50 duties to put the poster on the table, and the kid was just like, and I'm like, if he tears it, you're buying it. I was like, I'm like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, and so now, the next convention, I have a piece of plexi to cover the print underneath.
Lexi, wow,
Yes,
look at you.
I'm like, I can't let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe you just hand the book to the adult if they want to look through it. But yeah, I mean, how do you deal with that, right?
It's hard because you talk about children and then and then parents. You know, they're gonna be protective of their kids, especially if they don't see a problem with what they're doing.
No,
that's the problem.
That's the whole thing.
Oh man, wait, hold on. Say,
go on the chat. Put hand sanitizer in a box of tissues next to it. That will give them the hint. Yeah, that's a good one. Put up a way in, way out sign. And if books weigh more than when they went in, 2 boogers means you bought it. Keep a box of tissues on your table and sanitize it. But you did well, Sam. Patience, bro. And then we have hellos. Hades says Sam putting things behind bulletproof glass.
I'm doing what the retailers are doing, the Targets and the Walmarts.
Yeah, you're putting keys. You got to lock shit up.
You need to go for an attendant if you want help.
Bro, that is so annoying, dude. Like, that is the most annoying thing because they don't come. They don't come, bro. No. They do not. I just walk out. I was like thinking about that the whole weekend. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I was like, you know what? I got this weekend. This kid had you thinking, kid.
No, he had me. I was going to be in my vlog. What's the vlog that's coming out? But anyway, he had me perplexed, and I was like, you know what? This is not going to be the first. It won't be the last. You know, if I experience this once, it's going to happen again because it's already giving me rashes. So I'm like, all right. I have a piece of square plexi that I can take and then have the print underneath so they can't touch it. They can just look at it. But I might have a box of tissue with me next time. And then when I see them going up, I say, I think he needs a tissue. He's picking before he flicks.
He's picking, man. Man, your son is picking.
Man, your son's picking. My books, man. My books.
For plexiglass. The Sam Very
story.
Oh man, this really. I know when Sam was like, we're like, yo, what are we gonna talk about tomorrow? You told me yesterday. He's like, yo, I had a situation. You know, Ted, I was gonna say it would have happened in New York. No. Kids in New York know better, bro.
Tasers, bro.
Wow, you really are about tasers and tasers. Like,
drop the booger. Drop the booger. Oh man, he did it twice. You know, the first time I was like, no, he's not doing it. And then he went and he started flipping the book. I was like, he went back in again. I was like, oh, geez, double whammy. It was over. I was dying. Inside, I was just like, I didn't know what to do.
I like that he froze you. I like that.
And if there was a camera on me, or you see me doing this, is like looking around for help. I was like, somebody please save me from this menace.
It's like you were being punked out there. You're like, where are the cameras? Where are the cameras?
Yes.
Somebody's punking me right now. It's not really happening. Oh, dude. Have a sign. If they pick it, you know you're buying that book.
Oh, you can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up, bro.
This stuff happens. You know what I also hate is when people feel like your table is a place to put their belongings down on while they rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that when they put their bags down on the table and they feel like this is a good place for me to put all my crap.
I think that's an issue one of Cast the Crazies.
It is. It is. Because it's definitely happened. It's happened many times. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think this is a good place to put your bag? Like,
yes, or when you stay there for half an hour and you're blocking and I can't talk to anybody else. And I'm like, I'm like patient. I'm like, hey, how are you? Try to talk to the next person because I don't know what's gonna happen here because I've done my pitch, I've done everything, and then nothing's working. I'm like, what are you doing? You want to pay rent? you want to go have seats on the table? I was like, what's going on here?
What are we doing? What are we doing? But how do you tell them, right? How do you tell them not to touch something or not? Because the whole point is you want them to buy it, right?
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's tough. That's a tough one.
You know what? Hey, there's boogers in the book as well. You're gonna have to buy this one.
I mean, you know, I don't know, but that is something else. Taser, just taser. Simple. It's simple. That is simple. It's really simple.
That time I wanted a straw spitball. Like, I get out of here, kid.
Mommy. I had someone put their coffee on the table once. I gave the you better. Yeah, man. Could you imagine, dude?
Oh no,
Then they leave rings on your table and stuff. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
It was horrible, bro.
Oh man. All right. Well, listen.
That was my traumatic experience.
Yeah.
That's
it. Why don't we move on?
Yes.
To the next portion of the show and
Yes.
bring in our guest who's been sitting behind
Yes.
in the green room.
I think she deserves this intro. Welcome.
Hey.
What's up, Lori?
I feel like this is a hard act to follow. I don't know how to follow boogers.
Well, you have a kid's book. What is the name? What is the name of your kid's book? Or not your kid? That's not necessarily your kid's book. What's the name of your book?
Babies with Rabies.
There you go. That's how you follow it up. Babies with Rabies. Yeah. Well, welcome. Lori, this is the first time that we've actually chatted with you on the show. So thank you for coming by and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to talk about a few things, including Babies with Rabies and the Kickstarter that you have coming up. But before we do all that, why don't you give us a quick introduction and where are you, streaming from?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Canada.
Some mountains, prairies. So I am a writer and comic book creator and editor-in-chief of ASAP Imagination and a mom and I have a dog. Love the things.
Now, do you take your kids to comic book conventions?
I haven't yet. First time I was a guest, they were pretty young and it felt chaotic to do that. And then now I'm just tabling typically. So
okay.
They're still quite young and they're not like at the age where I can get free labor out of them, but soon, one day.
As soon as they are. That's what's happening.
It's like 6. I feel like 6 is where you can like put them to work. Chaining the table.
So growing up did you grow up in Alberta? Is that where you grew up? Okay,
yeah.
So growing up in Alberta, were you into like comics and writing at a young age, or when did you get into that?
I was more into drawing, if anything. Like, actually wanted to be a cartoonist for a while and then just never followed it through. I was more of like Far Side, Calvin and Hobbes, Garfield kind of person, like the Saturday newspapers. And then like 80s, 90s, kind of Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, whatever. But I'm not like reading, like going to comic book shops and buying comics, more like the bookstore and buying like the ready to go ones.
I've seen your drawing. You have a drawing show on the ASAP Imagination channel, and you are a really good art. I had no idea, Lori. Like, she is a really good artist, bro. Like, I know you're putting together like a comic book. Like you've been drawing a comic book on this show. Tell us a little bit about what you do on the drink and draw that you have on Thursday nights.
Yeah, for sure. So I started the channel because I'm a writer, but I just wanted to kind of get back into drawing and hadn't drawn for like 15 years. I'm like, well, might as well catch up or something. So it started out just like we'd pick a prompt every week, and then halfway through I was like, I should try and draw a comic. And my plan was to do a webtoon, but then I realized I would have to learn how to do digital art, which seemed like a whole other level. And then I came across some YouTube channel where it was talking about mini comics. And I'd seen them around, but hadn't really paid attention to them. And he was kind of talking about how easy they were. And I forget, I should look him up again so I can actually credit him. But I miss Nem's thing.
It's your co-host of Drink and Draw, which is Nem. Dude is pulling you down. Not at all, Nem. Yeah. You are great.
Your co-host with no name, no credit. But yeah, so I decided to do this, and then I had this random idea, and basically a friend kind of escalated a joke, and then suddenly I was drawing demon potatoes. So a little 8-pager mini comic.
8-page. That's cool. Is it done? You finished it?
Yeah, I of course I have everything here.
Nice.
This is the little guy. This one's actually printed out of order, but it's like I got like a few little like.
That's awesome. Oh, you put that away quick.
Oh, so sorry. Story time with Lori Cunningham. But yeah, it's tough because like I find drawing people really hard, and then like all of a sudden I had to do backgrounds and like perspective, and I'm like, whereas like typically I'm just drawing like characters, and I don't have to think about that. So all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, I have to actually like tell a story with the art. So not feeling so much a sequential artist, but drawing characters.
Well,
Random
that's
doodles
tough.
is quite fun.
That's the tough part. You know, I feel like that book would do so well at like the Mocha here in New York. Like, you know what I mean? Or like some of these street fairs that we have here. Like that book would do just amazing because it just lends itself to that. It's really well done. No, but you're a really good artist, Lloyd. I had no idea. I was like, holy cow, she's like some of the prompts that you guys have. I've seen some of the prompts that you guys do on there, and some of the artwork that comes out of it is really, really. And you've actually had some really cool guests, also some really cool artists that come on and kind of hang out. So yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't done that, definitely check it out. We'll put the links up for you guys to check it out. But okay, so you wanted to be a cartoonist, turned into a writer. What was the first thing that you wrote that you felt like, okay, this is kind of this is kind of good?
So I guess the very first, like I dabbled for a while, and then I finally there was like I was with a whole bunch of group of people, and there's this contest that came out, and basically they did a different prompt every month. And they were typically short ones. And then there was one that was like a 500-word flash fiction. And I like submitted it. And it's one of those ones where it's a popularity contest. You put it out there and like whoever has the most friends and family kind of wins. Right, but I won. So but that was kind of like, it was kind of the first time putting it out there. And it was like this, like, I don't know. Like it was cool because like there was supposed to be all these prizes attached. But then like immediately after I was that. But next month, the whole contest folded. I never got anything out of it. So I'm like, sweet validation. Damn it. But yeah, that was kind of like the first thing. And I honestly like still have that story. And randomly, if I see like flash fiction submissions, I'm just like, still throw it out there. It's kind of like a weird story though, but one day it'll see the light of day.
One day. Now, did Babies Were Babies come before ASAP, or was that after ASAP Imagination?
I don't know specifically. Okay. I try to think because like I met Hades before Babies with Rabies because like I met him when I was pregnant, and then I started writing it when my daughter was about 6 months old.
Oh, okay.
But then like it kind of like was backburnered, and then we did a whole bunch of ASAP stuff, and then like it kind of has that cool thing where once you finally publish something, you're like, oh, think like this is doable, and so like well now I like go back and like well now I'm gonna publish more stuff because you're like. Not like look how easy it is, but like look, it suddenly just becomes achievable. Like it's kind of like the 4-minute mile, like oh it can't be broken, and then like one person broke it, and then like everyone broke it. Like it's kind of like that kind of thing. So it was after, but it was all in the mix. Everything was just jumbled together.
What was the first project you did with ASAP when you joined that made you feel like okay, it's not now Babies is doable? What was the project?
Well, the first thing we published was the Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue anthology. I normally have a copy, but we sold out.
Nice.
I sold out. Getting new stock for an upcoming con, but normally I'd hold it and show you. But yeah, it's a prose book. Hades and I co-wrote a whole bunch of stories together. There's 16 short stories, and it's all centered around one event in this alternate London comic book world Hades created. So it's just regular people going through this like terrifying paranormal catastrophic event. And that was kind of the first thing I put out there. And then like, was it like 3.5 years later, like now we have the graphic novel of it coming out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been like that's a very like in a nutshell. It's like, yeah, we like wrote a book, and then 3.5 years later, like a whole bunch of stuff happened in between. But yeah, it's crazy that like that was the catalyst. And now we're like actually doing a graphic novel for it.
The cool thing about that book is that nobody knows who wrote which story in the anthology. Is that correct?
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about what you guys did then and why you guys decided not to actually put your names on the stories you guys wrote.
Yeah, I think that like it was one of those things where we like wanted to work on a project together, and then again I was like had my daughter's like postpartum depression, all that like fun stuff, and I like was struggling to write, and he's like, well, let's do this project. It'll get you writing. And I was kind of like, that's a terrible idea. I'm too busy and like overwhelmed. And then like by the end of that conversation, I'm like, I have my first story idea. So basically like I started writing, and then like we both just kind of like went and like wrote our 8 stories and then brought it back together. And then because there's the event happens in like, it's not exactly 24 hours, but like 24, 48 hours. So basically, but the Points of Villainy, there's 8 stories. That's a countdown to the event. and then you flip it over and it's points of virtue, because that's a flip book, because of course we want to make something extra cool. But I can't show you. But then the other side is kind of like splits from there in points of virtue. So it's like the event happens and then all this like chaos happens, and then there's like the happier endings and the darker endings. So yeah, and then we decided not to share who wrote what, because we actually have like a fairly similar writing style. And I think we were kind of worried that if people knew who did what, that they would only read those stories. And really, like, they're a complete set of stories together that like each one you read gives a bigger understanding of the event, because they're very unique. Whereas like you would think everyone would be going through the exact kind of same thing, but it's just like as you read more, it's just like, well, this stuff, like, how is this one related to this one? And then like it slowly like makes more sense as you go.
So what is the event? Can you tell us a little bit about what the event is in that world?
I can give you like a vague. I feel like I don't know how much we've like shared yet. Like we've started to like leak a little bit, but it's this like big catastrophic paranormal event that happens in an alternate London, and then 2 weeks leading up to the event, things start to happen in like slow bits. Like a few people are affected, and then there's a big surge, and there's like monsters and like nightmares like running through the streets, and then whole bunch of chaos. And then, like I said, like a little bit like 24 hours later, like these beings called the Luminous appear and basically save a whole bunch of people. So that's kind of like, I feel like that's the basic we've given like a few other hints, but like you'd have to, I don't know how if we've connected them enough, so I don't want to give too many spoilers, but
right.
Let's just say there's a diamond that is very important to the whole story, and you can go look for hints about it. It's called the Somnium Diamond, and it is very crucial to why the event occurred.
Nice. So you have 3 years between writing that story and then everything that, and let's just say Babies with Rabies. So let's go to Babies with Rabies, and then we're gonna come back. Tell me about that book and the idea behind it and what it is.
So it's kind of like a K is for knife ball, go the F to sleep kind of thing. I think I have it here too. It's like a
Nev says, "Come on, Laura, you want to mend it."
Nem's our resident Tom Holland.
He spoils everything. Is that what happens?
Yeah. He's become his own verb. It's like, you named it. Yeah. So this is Babies with Rabies.
That's cool.
It's an ABC survival guide. It's kind of like a zombie survival guide parody book. So it's like kind of but with babies that are like the zombies, and then it's babies versus the parents. So it goes through like
that's cool.
Like basically kind of like the babies, like I was looking for F, like kind of like their skills and weaknesses. Like it's got like,
oh cool, basically
like this, like it has like all the things to watch out for, and then it has like how to train for it, and like see if I can find another letter for you guys.
That's cool. Every time I see that cover, my 80s brain goes like Garbage Pail Kids. You see that?
Yeah. Well, it does.
Cool.
I like sprinkled a whole bunch of 80s stuff into it, because like even like, and like zombie stuff obviously, but like the M is for montage. Like when I was talking to the artist, I'm like, think Rocky and like training for all this, and then there's a Commando reference in there where they're like, oh cool, camoing up and like ink black in their face, and like I'm trying to think if there's like a few other ones, but obviously, and then there's like some Walking Dead reference, but it's all like pretty subtle. Like I'm not like just taking stuff from people. And then people mentioned Garbage Pail Kids, which was never like even on my radar at all. And people are like, oh, that's very Garbage Pail. I'm like, I looked it up. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this. It was in my subconscious somewhere. But,
did you? Yeah. Who designed the babies with like that cover? Was that something that you kind of said, hey, I want them to look this way, or how did you? Because you're not the artist on the book, right?
No.
Okay.
So my artist is David Molinaro, and he's out of Japan, and I just found him on a Facebook group, and I like. Basically is like, hey, I'm looking for an artist, and like says a children's book group, which maybe wasn't the best place to go, but I really lucked out, because a whole bunch of people replied with like cutesy images, and they're like, oh, like I could do it. I'm like, but he replied, and he actually had this like actually quite like beautiful like watercolor animals and stuff. I'm like, oh, your art's beautiful, but I don't think you're probably not a good fit. And he's like, well, I can like change my style. It's like, what are you looking for? So I basically said Baby Herman with like Scotty Young, so like mix those kind of two things together, and then like obviously like zombie and dystopian. So we kind of looked at I always forget the game. it's like is it Plants vs Zombies? Vegetables vs Zombies? I think it's
I
Plants
don't
vs
know.
Zombies.
Yeah.
But it's like a video game, so that's like kind of we picked the color palette, and yeah, he designed them all, and we did like a test letter, and he nailed it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no,
And
it
then he
looks
like
cool.
did the whole book, and he helped me design like swag and ninja stars for the bathtub and like all the stuff. So yeah,
Wow,
he was a good
that's
find.
yeah, that's awesome. Holy cow. So this was after, so you decided to do this right after you started publishing through ASAP and stuff like that. I know you have another book called Sister Grimm, which
Yeah.
is part of the Our World, I think is what you guys call, right? ASAP Imagination has Any One World and the Our World. The
Yeah.
Our World has the event. The event affects different characters within that world. Sister Grimm is one of them. That's your book. Where did you come up with that concept, or how did you come up with that concept?
So Sister Grimm came from the anthology. When we were kind of meshing our timelines, there was one story I had that the timeline just didn't work, and so we like cut off the end, and we're like, okay, we need to come up with something new. And then as I wrote it, it kind of got to the end, and Hades was like, this is a comic book character. And I'm like, okay, cool. What do you want me to, what does that mean to me? He's like, you should write a comic book. And at the same time, I was just like, no, that's crazy. I'm absolutely not doing that. And then it's like, well, hypothetically, like, what would that look like? So yeah, then I started writing Sister Grimm, and it was, she's like in the graphic novel. So in Points of Villainy, there's a story called Sweet Dreams. And that basically follows her daughter. Like so the daughter and like the parents are fleeing London, so you get like your first glimpse of Lily, who's Sister Grimm. And then in Points of Virtue, which is the second trilogy we're coming out with after this, there's a book called, or a story called Angel of Death, which is basically Lily's a doctor, and she's going back to London, like leaves her family and like goes back to London to see if she can help people, and she has this physical encounter with death, and then from there it does things to her. So Sister Grimm starts 3 months after the event, and she like wakes up in a morgue and has no memory and has these abilities. Like her name's Sister Grimm, so people can the cat's out of the bag that she's half Reaper.
Oh, wow.
But so it's like a half Reaper, half human hybrid. So it's basically like the power to kill, but like with the human choice and trying to justify it, and all the guilt and all that stuff. So dealing with like just like all these powers for that. And also like just like the fact that she like doesn't know if her family's still alive, and she used to be a doctor who saved people, and now she kills people.
Yeah. Look at Hades. Most of our conversations with Lori saying, I'm not writing it. Fine, I'll write it.
Basically.
It went by the name Systematic. Oh wow, Systematic. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I love the title. I love the title Sister Grimm. Like it's such a great freaking title for a comic. And I know you have issues 1 out. You're working on 2 and 3, which by the way, Lori,
of Sister Grimm?
Yeah. You have.
Yes, Sister Grimm 1 and 2 are out. And then working on 3, like working on like it's written.
Yeah.
So it's like should be coming out soonish. But obviously we got a lot going on, like the Kickstarter and all that stuff. So
yeah. Well, let's talk a little
soon.
bit. Let's talk a little bit about the Kickstarter. The complete Points of Villainy is a graphic novel at this point, right? It started out, like you said, it was a prose book. It was an anthology. You guys basically drew every single story into the graphic. Like did you convert every single story that's in the anthology into a graphic story, so to speak, for this graphic novel?
So the novel has 16 stories, and we've taken 12. So it's one of there is a few where just kind of like they're a little more, I don't know. We just decided to do 12.
Okay.
Like
So
there was one that's like a time loop story. I'm like, oh man, this would be like really hard to like time loop like with comics. Like I'm sure it's been done. It wouldn't surprise me if it's been done at least. And then there's like another one where like the guy's like in a box the whole time. So it's just like, is it just like black panels with text the whole time? Like, so there's a few where like, well, let's leave it in the anthology. Like the anthology is still super cool. So like people can read the comics, and then if they want like those extra stories, they can go get the book as well. But we basically pick the best stories and turn them into comics.
That's cool. So this book is do you know when the Kickstarter will be coming out?
Yes, April 1st.
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. April 1st also has a little bit of significance within the ASAP Imagination family, right?
It
What is
does.
April 1st?
It's probably because it's April Fool's Day that we like noted it, but like that's the day I met Hades. A couple of fools meeting on April Fool's Day.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That
so
is
every
great.
April 1st we like celebrate it some way. We've had like giveaways or sales or our friend anniversaries. So now we're launching our Kickstarter. So it's our first ever graphic novel for the very first book we wrote together. So it's sunrise, sunset.
There you
Circle of
go.
life.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So April 1st, what are you guys doing? A launch party? What's happening on April 1st for the launch of the book?
Yeah, so we have a launch party on YouTube over on the ASAP Imagination channel. It is at all right, there's so much of time zones involved.
I know.
I'm gonna go eat. I feel like Eastern's always my default. So I think it's at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Follow anyone on all over social media or go to the channel. You can go there and notify. It will confirm what time it is for you, but it's my 2 p.m. I think. So yeah.
Wait, so what
4
time is
Eastern?
What time is it for you now? 6:50? It's gonna be
6:50.
right. So it's 8:50 here in the East Coast. Okay. And
Yeah,
then
so it
Sam,
should be 4
you're an
p.m.
hour
Eastern.
behind. Yeah, I know there's so many time zones. So many time
Yeah.
zones. Yeah. So it's cool. It's launching. What can we expect at the launch? Do you guys have anything planned? Anything we should be other than the book, obviously excited about for the launch?
The book. Go get it. Yeah, we have like basically like the early backer word where it comes with, we have this like sweet like group shot that one of our artists did with all the characters from the universe and a bookmark. So that's for like the early backers can get those bonuses. And then there's also like obviously the book. So and then like there's digital, and we have for the first issue of that's not plain. That's not this. That's George's.
Look at that. It's Dead of Night issue number 2.
Yeah.
Go get it right now.
Oh my goodness, it's George's. It's George's comic.
Look at that. What a coincidence that you would have that.
So weird. I grabbed the wrong book. This book.
There you go.
Points of Villainy Part 1. So it has 2 stories in it, and it has like this there's a QR code on the inside, and we'll include this in the it's hard to find my camera. We'll include this in the graphic novel as well. Basically, you can go onto the website and download a song that was composed by Morgan Quaid.
Nice.
So if you want to get super immersive into your reading experience, you can put on your ambiance music and light some spooky candles, like I don't know, wait till a dark and stormy night. All that stuff.
Do you have you've written a few stories within do you have a favorite story in the complete Points of Villainy?
They're all like very different. It's like of course I have like a bias towards Sweet Dreams because like Lily's in there. But yeah, it's like I think just almost by default I have to pick that one because I like have really like written that person and all that stuff. So, and it's like basically her origin story, and so I'm gonna have to be super biased because we didn't tell everyone. At the beginning we weren't telling anyone what we wrote, but eventually, like once I started writing Sister Grimm, we were like,
it came out.
You may notice, these 2 stories like kind of go into this. So it's like so we've told people that I've written those 2. I think those are the only 2 that like we've really let people know.
Told right.
Yeah.
Hugo says Lori isn't just editor-in-chief; she's also expert marketer.
Oh yeah,
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. No, I've read the Points of the Villainy, the comic, and I really enjoyed a lot of the art in there. It's really, really well done. And I know that a lot of that stuff was black and white when I read it, which I loved. I love the black and white. It works for this story. Is the book going to be? Are any stories in color, or what's the interior of the book looking like?
Yeah, so in Points of Villainy, we actually have like a whole. So every story is illustrated by different artists, so it still like has that anthology vibe, and then like each one kind of has its own mood. Like the black and white one, it has like it's like a psychological kind of
that was cool. I like that.
Thriller, I guess. And then like in that same issue, there's like this one called Tailwind 2, which is again written from a boy's perspective, and it's really bright and colorful, which I think really contrasts like the heartbreak at the end and stuff. So basically everything kind of they all change. Like with different styles. You have people who lean a little more, or artists who lean a little more anime. There's one comic that like there's ones that's like a little more pastel and like super clean lines, and then there's ones that are a little rougher, and then there's one of the stories is like a basically two-tone color palette where it's like kind of like mostly blues, and then as it has flashbacks, it's like more like the sepia tones. So it's all over the place. It's just like whatever we basically were lucky again with working with a whole bunch of artists that we could match styles with the stories, and Hades and I would basically talk about there's like, who do you think would be good with this? And yeah, we work with a good group of people, so they were really able to like complement the mood and the tone and the characters and all that and bring them to life.
How tough was it for you writing a comic script? Coming, being that you obviously were writing prose, you wanted to be, a cartoonist when you were younger. How was that transition from writing prose into writing like now a comic book script?
I think now it's okay, but the transition definitely was tricky because like you go from writing all of this description and like to not really, well, like you still need it, but like a lot of it, the heavy lifting is done by the artists. Like obviously to give it to the artist, you still need that in description, but like the readers don't necessarily see all those words, so you can just like bullet point it essentially. I know like Sister Grimm was like the first comic I started writing, and I was like, I'd read a whole bunch of Hades stuff, and I'd been looking at the scripts, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, I hope you guys like it. But basically I'd been reading his scripts, and he's like, yeah, just like kind of use this as a template. So I was like, okay, page 1. I started writing the story. I'm like, left panel, front, like first page, and like I was like trying to describe it all. I'm like, I can't get the story out. There's too much formatting involved. So I was like, I'm just gonna puke it all out. So I did like this quick, like just quick numbered panels and like very brief descriptions. Some of the descriptions is like they're talking. It's like the dialogue. like it was like so like just moving the storyline. It's almost like an outline with just dialogue and like very brief description. And then like originally I read it as a graphic novel, so it was quite massive. Yeah. And then we were like, okay, let's cut it down to like 4 issues. And I'm like, oh damn, I have like a whole bunch of stuff I'm gonna have to cut out. And you don't want to like cut out something in issue 1 and then suddenly you'll be this big like, it's like, oh, that was important to issue 4, damn it. So it's like it was I definitely didn't, I don't know, I feel like I made it as complicated as I could for myself. But it actually worked okay, because like then you have the script and you kind of just go back, and then I was able to like adapt it and like been like, okay, like this is where the issue's ending, like how can I get all of this into there. And I think that there's like the very first time I was still over on the page count, so then it was like the editing, you just keep cutting it down, you're like, what do I need, and then rearrange the panels because you still want the story to be there and things to be dramatic and engaging and stuff. So it wasn't easy. In summary, wasn't easy.
How was your artist? How was working with the artist? Did he know that it was your first script? Kind of like what was that experience like working with an artist for the first time?
It's funny. I think he knows it was my first one. I told him because it was also his. Yes. Like I'm sure, like we definitely bonded over that. But like he was doing a comic with his brother at the time, but it hadn't come out yet. So Sister Grimm was like the first kind of project that he like that I'm aware of that he like worked like this. I know since then he's done like a ton while we've been like in between issues and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting because it was like we were both new, so it was very much like, I think that if I was working with someone really experienced, I think there'd be a lot of just like, oh well, you like do what you think is best. But like it was very collaborative where like he'd be like, oh, what do you think about this? And so it was a lot of back and forth, and so he's in Argentina, and we like did some video chats, and like we picked the color palette because again it's kind of like a limited color palette to kind of give a mood. It's like purples and blues and pinks are kind of, and greens are like the main kind of color for Sister Grimm. And he's got this like gritty watercolor style. So yeah, just like really complemented the story quite nicely. And I know finding an artist is hard, and when we found him, we we're like, oh yeah, this is gonna work.
Yeah. Does the story of Lily inside the Complete Points of Villainy, does it have that same color palette? Did it start there, or is that something that happened when the story went solo, so to speak?
So Sister Grimm was illustrated before we started illustrating or converting the anthology into comics. So I think we talked about whether we wanted it to like be similar, but I think we decided to just let the artist run with it. So Sweet Dreams was by, she has a long name.
She has a long name.
She has a long name. And I always forget, Melina Gisela Diaz Amiana. There we go.
Wow, good for you.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it after cheating and looking at her last name. I had to think about her first name for a sec.
The first name was the one that threw you off.
It is. It's because we have a Marina and a Melina. Sometimes I say the wrong ones.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But so basically, like, she has more of like a cartoony, like, anime style. So, which is again great because like the story is focusing on Hannah, which is the daughter. So it's like this very like innocent, like, she has this like bright purple bunny and she's just like sleeping and her parents are like arguing and there's like sirens and like stuff happening outside the car and she's just kind of like oblivious. She's like, I'm tired. Where are we going? Like, so it's good like that. Whereas some Points of Virtue, it's been illustrated her story has been illustrated as well. So an Angel of Death, it's Matteo Maciorowski, and he has it's almost like a Sin City vibe, except so it's like very black and white, and then there's like splashes of pink. So it's like basically the three tones. So it has that kind of like creepy, again, like horror vibe. I always think like horror things like really lend well nicely to like the black and white. But I love it I love the black and whites with the splashes of color. I know it's really common to do like the black and white with splashes of red. Because obviously the blood shows up so nicely, right?
Right.
But this one again, like just I think with the pinks and like what the story is, like there's not a lot of gore in it. It's kind of more psychological. So yeah, it's just cool and it does tie in with like the title outside of the graphic or outside of the event, outside of Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue.
Right. That's awesome, Lori. And I know you have some appearances coming up, right? What are you gonna be doing? Are you gonna be doing some appearances before the show or after the launch, I should say?
So I'm like on some more podcasts, but I've timed it quite stressfully that I'm at a Comic-Con at the end of April. That's basically when our Kickstarter is wrapping up. So hopefully it's just like funded and not stressful at all. Because I'm like, I was like, I don't want to book a whole bunch of like podcasts and promotions and stuff. And then just like, because I'm such a last minute person for cons where I'm just like, the con will be on like, starts on a Thursday and Wednesday night. I've been like, I should probably start getting ready. It's like, so I'm super great that way. Thank goodness for Amazon Prime and last minute delivery. I hate that I have to shout out Amazon Prime. They're a bit of a lifesaver, that stuff. I'm like, I'm missing like something. And I'm just like, next day delivery or whatever.
Nice.
So I'm trying to get better at that, but I probably won't get there.
I won't.
Let's be honest. I don't grow as a person. I make the same mistakes over and over again.
Grow as a person.
Yeah, let's be honest. I'm a lost cause.
Oh man, that's gonna be, well. Listen, I'm sure the book is gonna fund in the first hour. You guys,
that'd be nice.
You guys have been doing an amazing job, and if you want, make sure you follow the pre-launch page. I think you're up to like 70 something followers right now, right? So that's amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait till you guys launch and see where it goes.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes well.
When will you be?
We're confident, but like it feels like gambling and it makes me nervous.
Is it 30 days? Is it a 30-day campaign?
Yeah, we did it. We're doing a 30-day one. We haven't done a Kickstarter since the very like start of the company, so it's been like again 3.5 years. And we did the Kickstarter. It wasn't officially the book, but we were Kickstartering the first comic, like the flagship comic Messiah, and the book was basically like an add-on, people's first chance to buy it.
Yeah.
So they're pre-ordered, I guess. So yeah, it's again. Circle of life.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm sure your supporters have grown since 3.5 years ago, so I'm sure you guys are gonna do great. How long will it take for you guys to fulfill it? Like after it ends, when are you guys fulfilling the campaign? Do you know when you'll be sending the books out?
So we've told people July for digital and August for the physical. That's basically just like, so like everything's drawn essentially. It's more just like putting it together, and we have a whole bunch of bonuses and then just getting all of the swag out there. Like we have some trading cards that we've had for a while, and we're introducing some new trading cards. We have like those stretch goals and we have some new art prints and stuff. So it's just making sure that we have everything ordered, and like you never know how much people are going to order. You'd be like, oh yeah, we got all of our stock, and then it's like thousands, and you're like, okay, we don't got all of our stock. Like, give us a few weeks to order some more. So it's kind of just seeing how that goes, and
Right.
But yeah, everything's drawn, so it's like pretty low risk, and we're ready to go. But we're giving ourselves a bit of a buffer. Also, just we have other stuff going on, of course, too.
Of course, and you guys are opening this up to international, obviously.
Yeah, like obviously, like Hades in the UK, I'm in Canada, and like some other people we know are New York, Los Angeles.
Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know, just some random guys we were with. But yeah, so like we have like such like an international presence. Like, of course, there will be shipping, but we offer digital editions, and we try to. Hopefully there's something for everything. Like, I know being in Canada, it sucks when everyone's in the US running Kickstarters, and I'm like, all right, $6 comic. I'm like, oh damn, $30 shipping. So I'm like, digital. So,
it's true, man. It's true.
I've done it a couple times, and it's hard to pay more for shipping than the book. I've done it twice, and I'm like, so I'm more of a digital supporter, but unless you're in Canada. Even shipping in Canada with like between Canadians is awful too. Yes, so yeah, sometimes it's cheaper for me to send stuff to the States than like across my city. Like, it's not awesome. I know you guys have like media mail there and stuff, so we don't have that. We just have like high priced shipping essentially, but it's not coming from me. So Hades has a little bit better over there in the UK, and most of it will be coming from him. So we're trying to do our best to keep shipping prices down, but obviously there's digital options, and we try to make it worth it. Like, the book's cool, and we've got some extras and trading cards and art, and we're going to have these, like, we have little the diamond pendants that I kind of hinted about before, that people can get in on and stuff. So yeah, hopefully there's something for everyone.
Cool. How many pages is the book?
Again, we haven't fully put together the bonus material, but there's math. Each issue is 28. It's going to be around like 100. So like story-wise, like there's like 28 times 3. What's that? Like 90 minus 6, 84. Is that right?
We're not even trying to help you, Lori. That's messed up. We're not even trying to help
live math. I'm feeling stressed. But so yeah, you'll have like close to about 90 pages of story, and then like bonus material. It'll be 100 plus.
Right. Okay, cool. That sounds good. Well, Lori, thank you so much for coming on. You have been amazing. Sam, do you have any questions? I'm sorry. I hogged up the whole thing.
No, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Enjoy.
Yeah. So everyone watching, make sure you go to the links that are in the chat. Make sure you sign up, and it launches April 1st, April Fool's Day. So you cannot forget when it launches. It's going to be amazing.
And we're not kidding. It's actually that's just not a big April Fool's joke. We come to our launch party, and it's just like, we're not there. We'll totally be there.
No, that's going to be dope. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to get the book. And yeah, you guys are doing amazing things. So good luck with it.
Yes.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Timescales is out.
Yeah, man. Great interview.
Yeah. Lori's great, man. She's funny, dude. She's very funny. So yeah, make sure you guys don't forget to sign up to the pre-launch page for the complete points of Villainy. Sounds like a really cool story. And yeah, the artwork inside of it is really, really good. Really, really good stuff. Timescales. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming on. And I guess you'll see. You're going to see him in Texas, I guess, at the end of the year, or in a few
next month.
Next month, right?
College Station. Did he say College Station or Central Texas? If it's College Station, it's later on in the year. But if it's Central Texas,
no, I think he said College Station.
Okay, yeah. That's funny because Lori Calcaterra has an amazing laugh, and Lori has an amazing laugh. I think it's a Lori thing.
Yeah. Seriously, they laugh and you laugh just because they're laughing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I was like, wait, it must be with the name.
The Loris.
Yeah,
no, but check it out. Make sure you go to asapimagination.com. Check out all of their books. I mean, they have tons of stuff on there. The Any One World just continues to grow. There's tons of
books. Paul's his thing. He's really hustling.
Yeah, he's really, really hustling. And this is what he does, man. He eats and breathes this stuff. Yeah, lads, nice. Great show. Thanks, ASAP. And thank you for staying up, College Station. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Later. He's like, I'm out. I gotta go. Hey, stop it, Michael.
Yeah,
Michael,
he's growing up. Jordan's a big boy now.
Stuff. What do you?
Wow.
Michael's the only one that
I'll
notices
take
these
it
things.
now.
I don't have a mic. This is not a mic, bro. You're seeing things.
Yeah,
Great
but
show,
bro, he's
hermanos.
graduated, bro.
Thanks, and Zed. Yeah, man. Hey, Mike, when are you? What show are you gonna be at? I gotta check you out. But yeah, Sam. So that was good, man. That was good. That was good. Complete
It's a
points.
really good show. You know, I mean, we had a great topic. Attack of the Boogers, and great guest. Really fun show, and the crew came out tonight. So we appreciate every single one of you for coming out.
Big shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. But again, just if you missed it, it's tour season, it's convention season. We're hitting the roads. I'm getting ready for show number 3, Central Texas Comic Con. Then right after that, Comic Palooza, then Superhero Comic Con, College Station, Denton. I forget, I'm doing a book signing at I think it was a Geek Out for free comic book day.
Paul, where you at?
I'll be there at Geek Out, and then I have 3 other events I'm waiting for confirmation, and that'll be done for the year. And don't forget that there's Nail in My Toilet. Visit dutiesworld.com, and Duty's also a comic strip with a kid in a comic.com. You can get yourself a copy of the comic strip. Actually, issue number 6 is going to production soon, and issue number 5 already shipped out.
Paul said he was waiting. Paul says I was waiting for the shout out.
I was waiting. And so lots going on this year. Lots happening. So I'm excited. And George got his thing going on. George is in 3 bookstores in the UK.
Yes, 3 bookstores in the UK. Yeah. So check that out. Pre-order the book now. Go to my website, getyourmeds.com. I'll have a link to all that stuff. Go to asapimagination.com and the Any One World website, and they'll have links to everything. So yeah, pre-order the book today, the 25th anniversary of the graphic novel. That cover was done by an Argentinian artist.
The cover was sweet.
Yeah. He's amazing. Santiago is a great dude. Santiago. He's awesome, bro. He's awesome. So yeah, make sure you do that. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Get Your Meds. I have a new episode of The Art of Comic Writing coming out this week with John Escobales. So check that out. And this weekend I'll be at ZycaCon with my buddy Jonathan Syfax. And next month I'll be at C2E2. So yeah.
So this weekend I'm going to the premiere of Ghostbusters, bro.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do that.
I'm going to the AMC theater because they did you see it? What is it called? The ghost busting device that they throw on the floor and it opens up and it catches them. Well, they made that into a popcorn bucket.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna get one?
Of course, bro. It only at AMC theaters. So I usually go to the theater by me, which is on 5 minutes from where we gotta drive 20 minutes to. But I was like, I gotta get that. I gotta get it. It's a collectible
bucket. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to see. I love Ghostbusters. This one I'm happy about it because it has the old cast. I'm hoping the follow-up to this brings the old cast, the kids, and the girls from the female Ghostbusters movie. That would be a real.
I mean, listen, you know what it is too, man. Like they're getting older, man. Like, you know what I mean? Dan Aykroyd and they're getting older, so they got to hurry up with these movies. They take forever to come out. I mean, they filmed them a while ago. I think this has been just delayed because
this is one of those things where somebody in the studio should have been like, "Yo," because you also got what's his name that played Thor. He was in it in the Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, he was hilarious.
He was hilarious, right?
He was hilarious.
So if you bring him back and the girls and the old cast and the new cast,
I know people didn't like the female cast, but I enjoyed that movie, bro. I really did. I enjoyed that movie.
You gotta stop acting up, stop hating, girl power.
Wow. Okay. No, it was. We're done. We're done tonight. We are finished. It is over. I see people. You know what's crazy? Like I don't even know what Michael's rolling his eyes. You can't believe it. You can't believe it. Oh man.
I'm just saying.
The
girls.
We will. Yeah, no, I will be watching it this weekend too. We'll discuss it. So wait, so what's gonna happen? So in April, what are we doing in April? We're not.
I gotta go.
What happened?
Look at the dates in April. When are we supposed to do the tour with the crew?
It's the 16th. Oh, is that in jeopardy?
I think that's in jeopardy.
Oh no.
Yes. That one. Yeah, the reunion show.
Oh no. When is Deadpool coming out?
When is Deadpool?
Michael Sabatini is like Deadpool. I'm like, doesn't that come out like next year? Damn. So that's in jeopardy, bro. Oh boy.
Yeah. Tuesday the 16th. I think. Yes, I won't be. I'll be in PA, bro.
Oh damn.
I'll be PA for a meeting. So yeah. So that one we're gonna have to move.
Oh damn. Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you come back?
The following week.
Oh, it's a week. Damn.
Oh, I'm gone for a whole week. Yeah, it's in a whole week.
Oh, snap.
Monday through Friday, bro.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. What do we have next week? What's going on next week? Does it come out this year? Holy cow.
Upcoming. We don't have anybody next week.
Topic time.
Ghostbusters, bro.
It's gonna be. Let's talk Ghostbusters. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch it May 3rd. Oh, word on my birthday.
Birthday? You said birth with an
on
F.
my birthday with an
birthday.
F. Birth on the day of my birth.
He's talking the truth.
Yo, that's the truth.
That's
Yo,
truth.
for real, man.
On my birth.
All right, let's go. May 3rd. See you there. I'm definitely watching that this year. It's on. It's on the topic.
It's a birthday. It's my birthday.
On my birthday. On my birthday. Thank you, Michael Sammartino.
Took my George News mic. I know, right?
Take my George News mic. Oh man! All right. Well, listen. This has been a fun show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget
thank
to
you, everybody,
subscribe.
for coming out.
Yeah, let them know, Sam.
Yeah. Again, we are the longest running independent comic book podcast in the game. We're the first, and we're still running strong. Founded in 2005, and we created this because we wanted to give a platform to the unsung heroes, the independents that don't have that voice. So when you subscribe to this channel and you watch the show, you are giving another outlet to somebody who's trying to achieve something and show off their work and get it out to the masses. So please share it with a friend, subscribe, like, recommend it. If you're listening to us on any of the audio platforms, head over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you're on those audio platforms like Spotify or Apple, leave a review. Let the algorithms work in our favor, because the more eyes on us means the more eyes on our guests. And that's why we do it. So we appreciate every single one. You hit that like button, subscribe, share with a friend. Thank you so much.
All that fun stuff.
And with that said, I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
George the Dreamer Medina.
And we are out.
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce.
Say my name,
right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh,
He described me. He said, I'm the
what? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.